chums, Robert Ross here, comedy historian in Comedy Cottage. Hope you are fighting fit on this beautiful Wednesday. Thank you so much for everybody who joined in the book club last night about Steptoe & Son, my lovely book, which I enjoyed doing immensely with Ray Golden and Alan Simpson. Thank you for your amazingly inceptive and perceptive questions. I did my best to answer them. Sorry for the breakdown, it's becoming a normal thing now. Normal service will be resumed Tuesday coming. Don't know who we're doing yet. You can you can vote for one of three great comedians I wrote books about, either Marty Feldman, Benny Hill, or Frankie Howard. So the choice is yours. Anyway, that's next Tuesday. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. Now, somebody asked if I can reveal some of my DVD and Blu-ray collection. I also will show some VHS as well, which I have done in the past. Gemma tells me that basically you walk around Comedy Cottage and you can't help but see DVDs. I've got a pile down here which you can't see out of shot. Anyway, I will happily show occasionally one of my treasures from my DVD or Blu-ray collection. First and foremost, the BBC are being rather slow on the uptake at the moment, but you see I've been wearing my badge with pride. Wear your Bilko badge with pride. I can only recommend, while the BBC are getting themselves on parade, please nip over to @ErnestBilko on Twitter and look at the official Phil Silvers Museum site and buy yourself this, the complete collection. Buy it from Ernest Bilko, please. It goes towards the museum, and the museum must not fail, because I love that place. But this is the complete collection. This is basically any self-respecting comedy fan has to have this in their collection. So that's number one for a massive DVD recommendation. Buy it now. Bilko needs you. Anyway, that's that. Also, I can't believe I've got to film 35, I think, without recommending you lie back, wallow in the genius broadcaster that is Danny Baker. Now, Danny Baker and his pal Louise Pepper are doing a twice weekly thing called The Treehouse. For my money, and my money's good, Danny Baker is the finest broadcaster in this country. So listen to that, it's a joy. Danny's knowledge of music and football and comedy can fly you to New Orleans and back again. So wallow in that, it's an absolute treat. So there you go. We'll put the details in my description box or whatever we call it below me there, but please listen to that. I think they've got up to 40 odd now, I think, so listen to those. There's a whole archive to plunder. That's that. Now, and also I've been very touched by support from Comedy Chums, and we're going to drop in the occasional little film, little message, little hello from some Comedy Chums. So here we go with another Comedy Chum. We had Boris Johnson, didn't we, a few weeks ago? It wasn't really him, but anyway, get well soon, Johnson. The country sort of needs you. But anyway, here's another Comedy Chum, so take it away.
Hello, my name is Lubna Kerr. I'm comedian, actress and writer. And I'm great pals with Robert Ross. Robert and I met last year when Tony Slattery, another good chum, came to my Edinburgh Fringe show where they were doing an improv set along with my son Isan Kerr. We had such a blast. I'd never met Robert before, and I didn't know what a comedy historian was. I didn't know these sort of things existed. So Robert is one of those people who knows everything about comedy and its history. He knows about the goodies, he knows about all the Carry On films, he knows about Bob Hope and Bing Crosby, the road films, he knows about Doctor Who as well. So he would really be your ideal guest for the pub quiz, except we can't call it pub quiz anymore, so it'll be the virtual quiz show. Yeah, I'd get to know Robert. Every day he does a session on YouTube talking about what films you should watch and Talking Pictures TV. Again, another channel I didn't know existed. Every day is a school day. So I'm really enjoying this isolation. My children think that I should learn to cook. I mean, I have been learning to bake and to weed and to play the guitar. So when they said I should learn to cook, I thought I'd use this time to learn how to disinherit them. I'm going to spend all my money going around the world on a cruise when it's safe to go, of course. So I'm really grateful to the Conservative Party at the moment because they have done something that all the previous Labour governments couldn't do. Yeah, they brought in Sharia law. See, I'm Muslim, and I can't believe that you guys have been told to wash your hand 5 times a day and to give to charity and had to have social distancing and to spend time with your loved ones and to be clean. I mean, we've been doing that for years, centuries actually. And then Boris has found out about it now. And if you bring in the other rule of having 4 wives, up to 4 wives, then Boris has been doing that for years. You know his grandfather was Muslim, don't you? No. Every day's a school day. So as part of my comedy act, I do a character called Auntie G, and she's like your favourite aunt. You know, the one that's going to say all the embarrassing things that you can only think about. But she does everything with a smile, yeah. So look out for her. She does weekly podcasts, and you'll learn lots from her as well. She's an absolute blast. I've been Lubna Kerr. You guys have been fantastic, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Lubna Kerr there, thank you so much, darling. That was absolutely a delight and a treat, and very much on brand. I appreciate that. We'll see you in Edinburgh as soon as we can. A delight. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel and enjoy it like Lubna does. Yes, we're carrying on. Now, what's left to say? Oh yes, tomorrow's Talking Pictures recommendation is an early morning one. I think it's 7:20 or 7:30, and it's Who Done It? Now, not the Abbott Costello Universal comedy, but this is Benny Hill. Oh yes, Benny Hill in his big screen debut for Ealing Studios, and it's an absolute treat. It's like a 1930s George Formby film with Benny Hill, basically. So if you haven't seen that before, check it out. It's 7:20, 7:30 on Talking Pictures TV. We'll have the details there, of course. So that might persuade you to vote for Benny Hill for next week's book club. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, that's a lovely, lovely film. And his leading lady is that tragic starlet Belinda Lee, in probably her second finest performance. I like her best in The Runaway Bus with Frankie Howard. So you could vote for Frankie Howard. You see, I'm dropping little hints in here. Okay, so that's tomorrow morning on Talking Pictures TV. And finally, I found another little gem from my memorabilia collection, and I'm going to put it on my head right now. So, you're started for 10. I will reveal this tomorrow. Who wore this? Better than I wear, I'll be honest with you. Who wore this and in what? Okay? Until tomorrow, salute, bye for now.